life's gonna be very negative. You don't want someone that's already bringing their black cloud to rain on your parade. You want someone who's gonna bring the sunshine. Amen to that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Nadine Speaks. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for returning. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below to see this beautiful face on your feed. So today's video is a little bit different. I never really have sat down and given someone my full advice on the dating scene and all my experiences, so you at home can learn from my past mistakes and we can learn and have a conversation together about this whole crazy world of dating. I've been dating since I was 15 years old, so now I have around 14 years experience in the dating field. I've had multiple kinds of relationships, multiple lengths of relationships. I've even been engaged once. So as you can tell, I have a lot in my head and a lot to spill out here in this video for you so that we can all learn together. So what I did was I was sitting and I was thinking, what advice would I give my past self? If I could tell past Nadine, about the things I learned, what advice would I give her? And I've sat with my friends and when you have that girl time, you talk about different things that you want, what qualities you want in a man and what you're looking for. But it actually goes a little bit deeper than that. You have to realize that who you are as a person is who you attract. So in order to change who you want to attract, you must change what is inside here and be true to yourself on what you really want, not just for the short term, but in the long term. Like, for example, if you want to get married, if you want to have kids, the partner that you're choosing is not only just a partner for life, it's a partner that you're going to raise kids with. So it's really important that you find certain qualities so that you can have a successful future together, not only together but with a whole family. And I used to be that kind of person that would be very idealistic in the dating scene and very naive to how people can manipulate and trick you when you're first getting to know them. And I used to be that kind of person that would just fall in head first really quickly, calls somebody my boyfriend really quickly without actually getting to know them. And what I found over the years is that it takes at least 3 to 4 months to get to know somebody, to see if you actually want to be in an exclusive committed relationship. Don't focus much more on the time, but focus on how you're feeling and if you feel secure and comfortable with making that extra commitment. I know I ran into lately people that don't know what they want. That's what I try to steer clear of. I try to avoid people who don't know exactly what they want or they're looking for, because honestly, if I'm true to myself, I'm very clear on what I want. I'm very clear on my values and the things that are important to me. And if people haven't figured that out themselves, then they're not ready to date. One thing that people always say is you really need to know yourself and love yourself before you can truly love somebody. And it's not that you have to love yourself like so much, it's just that you have to know what is going to be good for you and what is toxic for you, essentially. And somebody might be a good person. That's like a big thing, a big important point to make, is that there are a lot of good people out there. You can be with a good person. Just because you don't like someone or you reject them doesn't mean that they're a bad person. What it means is they're not the right one for you, and that's okay. I think people get hung up on being well liked and the attention and the validation from somebody. They actually close their eyes to what is truly there and how truly someone is making you feel. I know that at the beginning of a lot of my relationships, I had rose-colored glasses and I turned a blind eye to some major things in the beginning that what I've learned is they only escalate. So if you find something that you're not okay with in the beginning, but you like let it slide, I found out that if you keep progressing in the relationship, those things, if they're not talked about or like processed correctly, they're just gonna get even bigger and eventually cause breaking up of the relationship, because essentially you can't get over them. And because you didn't talk about them in the beginning, it's just like they feel like, why are you bringing this up now? You knew this when we first started dating. So that's a very important point. And what I'm gonna say in this video is that most of it I've learned is a feeling, and I'm the last one that's in touch with my true feelings. I go for fantasy and qualities in a person without actually seeing how they're making me feel at the present moment. And you kind of have to step out of the relationship, and that's why it's important to go days or a week without seeing them, because it takes time to process, especially in the beginning, if that's who you truly want and if that's somebody you can see a future with. So the first point is, if someone makes me feel bad from the beginning, leave. I noticed that very insecure people make me feel insecure from the get-go. It's almost like they start this game with you that they don't show you attention, so then you don't show them attention, and it snowballs to where nobody's actually paying the other good attention, and it becomes toxic really quick. For example, somebody texts me, but I'm gonna wait hours to text them back because I'm gonna pretend that I don't care. That becomes toxic really quick, and I honestly have no time for that. I want someone who's gonna show me that they care, that they're affectionate. It's all a balance, because you don't want someone to be like obsessed and love bomb you at the beginning, because later on that turns into something very toxic as well. But pay attention to how they're making you feel. If they make you feel insecure, or you're not good enough, or you need to be someone else when you're around them, they're not the person for you, no matter how much you like them. When it feels right with someone, I've learned that I feel comfortable, I feel secure, I don't feel like they're looking at other people, or they're, you know, not paying attention to me just because they want to play this crazy game. And I'm 29. I don't have time for games anymore. I feel like games were fun at the beginning. Let me ignore him when he's trying to call me, because that will make him like me more. I'm over that. If someone's gonna like me, they're gonna like me for who I am, no matter how long it takes me back for them to text them or something like that. Another big point for me is, if they bring out your need to save, leave. And by this I mean, in the past, I'm gonna call myself out, I used to be with people that weren't as educated as me, or didn't really have a job or a car, you know, a fuckboy. And because I felt the need to save them and show them that if someone loves them, that they can grow and be whole, then I would do that for them. And it was mostly a relationship out of pity, and that I wanted to help them, not an actual balanced, equal relationship. And so if someone's making you feel like you need to save them, or they can't live without you, leave. Because at the end of the day, you want someone that's your equal, that's going to be their own person without you there, and who's just going to add to your life, not take. Always pay attention to what the other person is saying. I've been in relationships where they say, oh, I don't really want a relationship right now, and I thought in my head, well, if I stay around long enough, they're going to like me. If I keep showing them this, or if I do this for them, then they'll eventually like me and want to be in a relationship. Another point is, I was with someone that wasn't sure if he wanted children or not, and I know in my heart of hearts that I want children, period. I know that's what I want. I know that if I don't have children, I'm not going to be fulfilled and happy in my life. So that was kind of my red flag to leave, because I'm not going to wait around for someone to be sure about something. I don't want someone who's not sure they want to be in a relationship with me. I want someone who is proud and excited and can't wait to be in a relationship with me, or spend time with me, or have a family with me. Another big thing to look out for is their attitude. So this is not only how they treat people that don't matter to them, like waiters and just strangers. They might be nice and show and save face in front of people like that, but pay attention to how they react to things. If it's always in a negative light, and if they always turn something that could be positive into a negative, you don't want that in your life. I know I'm a very positive person, and it's really easy for me to see the positive in things and change things to a positive state. But if I don't have a partner like that, I know that negativity is contagious, and that's not gonna work for me. I was with this person who was constantly stressed and constantly negative all the time, and life's gonna be very negative. You don't want someone that's already bringing their black cloud to rain on your parade. You want someone who's gonna bring the sunshine. Amen to that. Another big piece of advice that I can't stress enough is find someone who thinks and appreciates things as deeply as you. I'm a very profound and poetic person. I search for deep thinkers and people who bring meaning to their life or search for meaning and like to talk about it. I'm the kind of person that likes to talk for hours on the phone about nothing and everything, about little strange little complexities of life and what we make out of them. I have no time for someone who doesn't even waste their time thinking about that. I've encountered so many shallow people lately. It's insane. People who are just going on their daily life without thinking of their purpose or their meaning for their life, that just go through the motions and don't really care otherwise. I have no time to spend with someone who's shallow, because at the end of the day, you fall in love with someone's mind. You fall in love with how they think. You fall in love with how they treat people and how they are to their family. I know that some people come from broken homes and they didn't have a good family or relationship with their family, but I honestly believe like someone's relationship with their family is a big reflection on how they're going to be with you, because eventually you are going to become their family, and if they're treating their mom and dad whack, they're going to treat you just as whack. And that basically is a big point. If you're trying to have kids one day, if you're trying to have a family, pay attention to how he grew up. What kinds of things did he experience and how did he grow from them? Someone might have a shitty childhood, but some people keep blaming their childhood for their current mistakes and current problems, and that's not someone you want to be with. I was also with someone who would constantly blame their current state on what happened in their childhood, and I'm saying like that happened like 20 years ago, 15 to 20 years ago. Why are you still blaming your life on that now? Why haven't you grown from it? I like to see people that have faced adversity, faced struggles, and grew from it. That's the kind of person that I want to grow with, because I know that if they face those struggles alone and they got over them, how powerful is it going to be to face those struggles together? And just imagine what kind of things you can do together and overcome as a couple then, if you're both independently getting over things and struggles yourself. Another big thing that people talk about is religion, and personally I don't really mind what religion someone is. I just care on how they view it or how they practice it. Is it something that leads them to be introspective or ask the bigger questions in life, like who am I, where do we come from? Is it someththem that gives them meaning, and is it something that they can talk about easily what they believe in? I find it strange when people can't tell me coherently why they believe in something and what they actually believe in. I don't want to be with someone who's just a blind follower. I want to be with someone who is proactive in what they think and what they believe in their life and is actually taking the time to figure that out. Because like I said, I keep stressing this, if you're gonna have a family with someone, what are they gonna teach your kids? And I feel like a lot of the times people don't think about that before they have kids or before they start a family with someone. People are too caught up in this idea of love, and while I do believe love is important, I believe all the qualities and things I'm talking about in a person are way more important, because it's mostly the quality of life that you're going to live with them. Is the quality of life going to be good if you're just in love? And what happens when the love runs out? And what happens when you're tired and stressed and you are struggling and you just, is it gonna be love at the end of the day? It's gonna be more your shared experiences and what you learn together that blossoms, not exactly love. I feel like people say, I love you, I care about you, whatever. But to me, you can love, for me, I can like fall in love with anybody. I see the love and I see the light in everybody's eyes, and I always fall in love with their good qualities and bad qualities. For me, I love people who are imperfectly perfect, and I feel like in a society right now we are striving way too hard to be some standard of perfection that nobody is, and I feel it's a big detriment to not embrace your imperfect qualities. And I feel once you embrace your imperfect qualities, you can finally start to embrace other people's, and to me that is what helps you fall in love. That was all my dating advice for now. If you would like another video on this topic, let me know down below. Also, leave a comment on your dating advice and anything that you've learned over the years that could help me, because I'm still single, I'm still on the dating scene, and this is just advice I've learned in the past, but I'm still learning things now. I feel like things are forever changing, people are forever changing, and the qualities I look for are forever changing because I am always changing myself. So thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.